If Thomas's drone was the eye in the sky, then the HOA had become the hand holding the remote, silently maneuvering, subtly punishing. The latest violation notice I received, about my unsanctioned security camera angle, made it crystal clear. I was being watched in more ways than one. I didn't back down. Instead, I doubled down. Word about the drone footage spread faster than the HOA could bury it. At first, it was quiet. Neighbors whispering in cul-de-sacs, texts exchanged late at night, parents side-eyeing the sky during playdates. But it didn't stay quiet for long. Maria, my ally across the street, started a private Facebook group. Evergreen Glade Watchdogs. Within 72 hours, we had 27 members. By the end of the week, we were pushing 60. The group became a digital war room. Residents posted drone sightings, shared footage, exchanged HOA letters they had previously been too scared to talk about. And slowly, a pattern emerged. Nearly all the violation letters were targeted at the same people, the ones who complained, questioned, or tried to change things, including me. It was surveillance and retaliation wrapped in holiday bows and bylaws. Then came the bombshell. One of the group's newer members, Jeff, a data analyst who had recently moved in, posted a screenshot from the FAA's drone registration database. Thomas Grover has 3 registered drones, Jeff wrote. One of them has infrared and zoom capability. The group exploded with comments. Even worse, someone discovered that Thomas had published drone footage of Evergreen Glade on his YouTube channel. There were videos labeled Neighborhood Night Patrol, Noise Ordinance Violators, and, most disturbing of all, Unattended Children After Dark. Parents in the group went ballistic. Nancy from the HOA tried to shut it down quickly. She posted a passive-aggressive response. Please remember that residents are expected to communicate concerns through official channels, not through unofficial online groups that breed misinformation. But the damage was done. Now, the neighborhood was fully awake. It was Jeff who came up with the idea. Let's make this public. Local news outlets love stories like this: privacy invasion, HOA corruption, family safety. We have footage, we have victims, we have a pattern. At first, I was hesitant. Taking it outside the neighborhood felt like escalation. But the truth was, we were already under siege. So we reached out to a local news channel, Channel 7 Investigates. They bit. 1 week later, a reporter named Shauna Dela Cruz showed up on our street with a cameraman, interviewing concerned parents, rolling footage of the drone hovering over homes, and capturing close-ups of HOA violation letters lined up like trophies on kitchen tables. Thomas refused to speak on camera. Nancy released a formal statement calling it a misunderstanding fueled by social media hysteria. But the camera didn't lie, and neither did the parents of kids who had been filmed without consent. The news segment aired on a Friday night under the title, Neighborhood Under Watch, The Drone War Dividing Evergreen Glade. It went viral. By Saturday morning, the story had been picked up by national outlets. HOA horror story blogs, YouTube channels, and Twitter threads erupted with outrage. The HOA's inbox was flooded. Residents from other communities sent us messages of support and horror stories of their own. But what changed everything was the letter from the county attorney's office. It stated that surveillance of private property, especially involving minors, could be a violation of state privacy laws. If evidence showed any video being captured inside homes or over restricted zones, it could lead to criminal charges. Suddenly, Thomas went silent. His drones disappeared overnight. But we weren't done yet. Despite the attention and the legal warning, the HOA didn't back down. In fact, they doubled their efforts to control the narrative. The next week, they introduced a new rule proposal, banning all external cameras, motion detectors, or unlicensed security technology on private property unless approved by the HOA board. It was a blatant retaliation, and it made no sense. They didn't want us filming them, but had no problem with Thomas filming us. That's when I stood up at the next community meeting and made my case. Privacy doesn't just mean freedom from cameras, I said to a packed clubhouse. It means freedom from being watched by someone with power, who answers to no one. If this rule passes, you're not protecting our privacy. You're protecting his ability to keep watching. Half the room clapped. The other half stayed stone-faced, mostly HOA loyalists. But I knew something had changed. People were no longer afraid to speak up. A special vote was scheduled for the following week. We pushed hard, flyers, email campaigns, neighbor-to-neighbor conversations. Our Facebook group surged to over 100 members, nearly half the neighborhood. And when the day came, over 70% of residents voted against the new rule. It was a crushing blow to the HOA board. Nancy stepped down from her position 2 days later. Thomas? No one had seen him since the story aired, but I knew this wasn't over because the damage had already been done, and the next battle would be even more personal.